good afternoon, no, morning. Good morning, afternoon, and or evening. This is Derek, Professor Silly Gaming, and we are going to leave Sanctuary Hills. We're not taking dog meat with us. We're not going to sneak either. We're going to switch to first-person view. We're leaving Sanctuary Hills. We're leaving dog meat here because, frankly, he just gets in the way. Are we going to head down to Covenant today? Nah, not yet. Not yet. Red Rocket. We got Red Rocket. Let's start working on Red Rocket. What do you think? Sounds good to me. Let's do it. Seems to me the first thing we really need to focus on is, as far as security goes, is these are really, really open windows are super problematic. So we need to get those closed off. And frankly, again, exploding vehicles seems like a really bad thing. So let's get rid of all of the exploding vehicles first. I'm only going to try to scrap what I need to scrap as I move. That works. Awesome. All right, let's do that again with the other window. Oh, that's going to be problematic. Now, this one is wider than the other one. So I need to have it there, but that I might actually like that better. Yeah, I do like that better. There we go. All right, that just leaves this little bit right here. Frankly, that works for me. Excellent. The place already feels a lot more secure. All right, with that, need to decide what I want to do next. So I am going to turn this area back here into a bedroom. So I would like to have a more secure door going across there. Which means if I'm going to have a wall going across here, the wall is going to go across right here, and it's going to go into this curve. So, that said, let's look at our options here as far as powered doors. Oh, well, I need concrete and copper to do one of those. Do I have any other options? Well, we have the rolling garage door. All right, is there any way this fits in here? I don't imagine that it will. I mean, is that ridiculous? Is that ridiculous? Did I nail it first? Was there two posts? There was. That's fine. Did I nail it my first try? Of course, the power's on the inside, so we gotta do that to get through. And we're going to have to wire glitch it. Because where is the wire thing sticking out? It's not in here. All right, let's just put down real quick a generator. Copper, ceramic. Oh, goodness gracious. Is that true for all of them? Copper and aluminum. Aluminium. Or whatever. Yeah, I can't build any kind of power. All right, well, we're just going to have to leave that alone for the time being. But, frankly, I mean, that looks like it's pretty good with that wall. The magazine rack is slightly glitched into it. Can I move it out? I can. Just like that. Go to bed, flip the switch, and then you have absolute security to sleep. Because anybody could just walk on up to this place and just, while you're sleeping, if you don't have dog meat or Codsworth or somebody else guarding, then, suddenly you're in a whole lot of danger. I mean, yeah, they can, look at all your stuff, but, you put all your super valuable stuff away. Okay, towards that end, I should move some of the other benches into this area in here. Okay, well, that's not a lot. I'm going to need a lot more materials. Okay, now that, obviously, I've done Concord, and I've got Codsworth providing a supply line. That should make building here a lot easier. So that means we can get a generator going. Now, I'm inclined to put a generator up on the roof. Right. We are still missing copper and nuclear material. God damn it. Copper. Specifically copper.
Sure.
Here's what I got.
Okay, what she got for copper? All right, was that a smart trade if I was playing for real? No, but I'm not. I'm playing to build settlements. So it's perfect. Excellent. All right, we need to nip back up to Red Rocket, and I keep forgetting that I don't have to do the run. I can just fast travel. And therefore, we're going to build ourselves a medium generator. We're going to center it right about here. It looks good. The door is lined up about here or so. So with 2 of the 3 remaining copper, we can build this here. Wire that. And then we can run around and hopefully... Now, unfortunately, I don't think that leaves me enough to be able to make... Oh, I've got a switch already. Okay. So actually, I want it to run to this. Let's move this over here. Right. Let's move that to right there. Get rid of that. Bring this over here. Now, as long as I don't fast travel... Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. All right. We have got ourselves bedroom security. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. As far as what I want to do back here, if I was going to have like a outdoor, like... Okay, let's think long term. Long term... Those are going to come out. That's going to be a window where people can buy food. So that will, presumably, there'll be places to eat like off here to the side. And maybe I'll build a whole like deck out here that that people can eat at. We'll put benches and booths and whatnot. This could also be either when I have more people. This can be where they are. When all that happens, this will be the apartment. When people are here, the apartment will be back here. All right, so as I get back in the practice of building, after taking some time off from it, as well as specifically building without mods, things are coming back to me and remembering stuff, so I'm going to store some of these items. I want to go ahead and build... I decided that Red Rocket should have it should be a pit stop. Traders are going to be coming to and from Sanctuary Hills eventually, and so I still want to do the food stall in the front, but I also want to build a public house essentially. So basically a pub where the supply line folks, the caravan folks, can decide to stay the night. They're not going to stay in Sanctuary Hills, so after they do their trading in Sanctuary Hills, I wanted to have a place where they can stop with their pocket full of caps and spend those caps on drinks and food, and then have some beds that they can rent before moving back into the Commonwealth. So I want to try to line this up with the existing concrete. I want to leave this space for the door open. So I just want to just get this lined up as well as I can, and then I'll use this then to build the rest of the foundation. Alright, and with this last piece, I've now got a 3x3 grid, and I've got all this junk behind there. I'm not going to get rid of the junk. I'm not going to get rid of those tires over the wall. I want to leave as much of that as possible so that it looks sort of like everything just kind of got shoved back out of the way. So if you go behind the building, it looks like superbly messy. Now, I'm not necessarily going to keep it as a 3x3 grid. I just want to get that started, and I want to then start playing around with pieces and see how I like it. Now, one of these pieces need to be replaced with a staircase. And I want the staircase to open up to the top where it's not opening straight up into a wall. This is going to be a 2-level structure for sure. But first I want to replace some of these with these prefabs so that I can have some poles within the structure. I didn't used to use these at all. But I want to start using them so that there's some pillars within the structure, just for added visual variety as well as structural integrity. I mean, it looks like the kind of alleyway you might get stabbed in, but that's just a part of the local flavor. Now, I can't help but notice that the wood slats are going the different direction, 90 degrees from what I did originally, so I may want to spin some of these. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that yet. Let's try the staircase here to start with. Now, if it goes that direction, it's got plenty of room to land on. It means you have to go pretty far into the building in order to get to the staircase. We're definitely going to want some concrete back in the corner because there's a bit more space before the ground. Now that has the slats going a different direction than everything else so far, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to make everything match. Maybe if I alternate them, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to get too wrapped up in that, that sort of aesthetics. That therein lies madness, frankly. In which case, the bar would probably be on the right-hand side of the building. So you enter, the bar's on your right, all the seating's to the left. I figure that makes some amount of sense. All right, and before I pull these out, I should check. So yeah, you can see concrete under there and under there. So I want to leave those in place so that it looks like it's not floating above the ground. So those need to stay in place. Everything else can be replaced with prefabs. Now, as far as putting walls on this back area, can I put these thicker ones here, or are the tires going to be... Yeah, the tires are going to be in the way. I could put it here, which is fine. Let's do that. Those tires, though, I don't want to scrap them if I don't have to. So a flat wall will probably be better. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, so I ended up moving the staircase, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do that side yet, so let me get the facade on first. Let's get this doorway in place, let's get a couple of walls in place, and then we're going to go up to the second level and look how it looks up there. The staircase is now on the right-hand side. The idea now is that the bar would be either on the left or in the back. So yeah, the stairway is now here. Let's put a wall here because I had to replace that prefab with the staircase. Right. Now that's got a little more variety there. All right, so now we step up here, and we've got some roofs along the front and on the side. Now, of course, I don't have those on the far side because I have the concrete foundations. Let's get some different kinds of floor up here. Do I want the pattern to match? That's too many holes. That's probably better. Still got some plants creeping in, but that's fine. Now here, we didn't have as many plants happening, so I think here I could probably put a little piece hanging out, create a little cubby hole, if you will, and then I can just use those little flat end pieces to fill in the gaps. They should just snap into place like that, and that. All right, so now we got a little cubby hole. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in that cubby hole yet. Maybe the bartender's bed. We'll see. And then we can put another piece there. Let's look at it from the top, though. All right, so let's finish putting flooring up here, so that I can decide what's going to be part of the deck and what's going to be part of the actual second floor building. All right, now I wasn't able to extend this back wall out below because of the tires, but I think up here I probably can. So I'm going to put in some thicker walls like this and see if I can make this work. All right, now obviously that looks entirely not stable. So I think I'd like to try to get some kind of support in place here. Let's see what I can figure out. And the answer is... Let's see, get the right one. Yes. Yes, I can. Let's put both of these in place. Oh, this one's being a little more problematic. I might have to scrap some of the junk back here to make that work. And the answer is... Yes. Yes, that did fix it. All right, perfect. I was able to keep a lot of this. I only got rid of one little bit of junk out of the back to make that work. Now I can replace those scaffolding floors with the shack walls that I had before. So let's do that. Now this is going to be the outer deck area overlooking Concord and the Corvega plant. So we need to put up fencing here. And with that, let's put the rest of the roof in. All right, I'm liking the way that looks. It's got a nice flow to it. Let's put these last two pieces in over here. So we want ones that are a little bit short. Yeah, like that. So there's a slope. You know, you want rainwater to generally flow off of, so not flat. Yeah, that's gonna be the best one. Put that one there. Of course, there's holes, but so the rain's gonna come in. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. All right, that's got a nice general flow for the roof, and then the rest of this, I need to put some walls up here now. Oop, fell through. All right, so walls. That's got to be next, right? But yeah, I'm liking the way that's looking from down here. It looks very, very... Those two pieces, are they identical? They're not, but man, they look... Yeah, are they? I think they are. I'm going to need to do something about that, because that looks too repetitive. Are they identical? I can't quite 100% tell. All right, the rest of the fence there. All right, so thinking about flow, if we come into the pub and we come up the stairs, it makes sense that this would be areas for people to also drink, and so we should build another structure for people to actually sleep. So I think I'm going to take this corner piece out. I can always put it back if I need to, and instead create a sort of elevated walkway over to another tiny building. I like the idea of using these floors that have some holes in them because, you know, in a world without lawyers, you know, you don't have to worry about that sort of thing. All right. Now, there's one piece in the vanilla game that I've never really found a use for, and that is this shack bridge. Now, I'd like to find some way to use this as a bridge over to the other elevated building with the beds in it. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit and see if I can figure out how to get this to fit into where I want. All right, you should definitely have some railings, because if people are drinking in the pub and then they're going to go sleep it off, we don't want them falling off of the back of this thing, because even though there's no lawyers in Fallout, I mean, that's just bad for business. So some railings will be good. I want to change them up as we go, so let's put some railings in. Really solid, that one. And in this case, it is reaching the ground. And that's actually pretty well placed to have that centered between. That's not too bad. We'll get rid of that. Now, none of that is really preventing getting to the chemistry station. The ice machine might need to be moved, but that's okay. The ice machine actually, frankly, should be in here. Put a door there. That's great. Excellent. It looks precarious. I should probably have another railing right there. That works. So a little precarious because there's no railing here, but that's okay. Now, is that going to lead to people getting injured? Maybe. Ooh, they almost don't reach, but they do. Just barely. That's beautiful. Now I can take these off and instead I can do these guys. Okay, so for the record, I have gone to the Ranger cabin, to Wicked Shipping. Why is that one showing not clear, but this one is clear? I don't know. I've cleared Concord. Everything at the robotics disposal ground minus the sentry bot. The idea here, just for the record, and I've cleared out Vault 111, the idea here is that because I'm playing without mods, if I want to be able to make items, I need to have the materials to make them. So that being a limiting factor, I am completely clearing areas around. That said, as I'm remembering how to do all this, this has got a decently scrappy look, but there's a lot more we can do with it. So I want to now just focus purely on aesthetics. Towards that end, we got the tires kind of inside. Just from the outside, it just looks more interesting. And this can be a nice little... I mean, we're not going to have any furniture in here because this is where the staircase is going up to the top. But it narrows it down a little bit, and it's going to make it look less empty. I'll put some artwork or something there. I want to do that to several of these. Let's look at that corner right there. Because as long as like that wood beam, that top wood beam looks solid. Yeah. Okay, that already looks 100 times better. All right, that wood beam right there is clipping in, but that's okay. The rest of it looks solid. That wood beam looks solid. And then on this side, it's sticking out just enough. Excellent. I want to make sure the left-hand part of the stairs is squarely on that wood. All right, if it's not good, I dropped that quick save, so that won't be a big deal. But, no, that looks great. That is nestled right on top of there. Plenty of room to go up and down these stairs and then come into here. It looks square as far as being on surface. Perfect. Now, we have all this area up here to have all of our... I'm actually thinking about doing windmills. I'm a ways away from Science 4, obviously. So they only produce 3 apiece, but you can stack them. What have I got? So copper is the problem. That's going to take up 4 of my 14 copper. Otherwise, I'm pretty good. Steel, I'm down only 231 steel. I need to keep an eye on that. That'll push my energy up a little bit, which I think I'm going to need. So let's go ahead and do it 1. That said, being able to see the guts of that, terrible aesthetics. Let's put some steel walls. Can we do steel? Or are they too thick? That's definitely too thick. I think we can get these in. Oh yeah. Will that one go there? It will. It won't snap. Do I care that it won't snap? I might not. The other wall's splitting this one, so the inner circle is inside. About like that. Yeah. Alright. Now we just need to keep an eye on that. I don't want to have multiple people. And we're now out of copper. Okay. Keep an eye on the people. 2 people. Shoot. Turn it off. We need to make a bed. And your bed is going to go in here. Your bed can be slightly nicer. Alright, let's just build these temporarily. Now, food and water showing red, but we're connected to Sanctuary Hills, so that is not actually an issue. We need defenses. For defenses, and I can do heavy machines now, and spotlights, but I can't do heavy laser turrets yet. Need Science 3. I can do laser turrets, but I need fiber optics. I only have enough oil to build 1. But considering that we have no water and no food, 8 power, 8 defense should be fine. Right, we need the tall, skinny one. We're going to want to center this about like that. That looks pretty good. I have a bunch already in storage. Got one of those. Let's use that one. Looks cooler. Put that back into place. And then we store that. And then we store that. And then we take this guy and we put him right up there. That will help. And now we've got a little hanging turret nest. Frankly, there should be a wall right in there. So this ideally will go right about there. Let's just make that now. We want that one, and we want this one. And then we want to put them up against each other. I like that. First try. Excellent. That's creepy. Oh, see, like that. Yeah. And that just will snap right there. Let's do it. I like it. Excellent. All right, we're going to group select, and so I want to put this in, and I've actually tried this a couple times already. I want to get this sunk into that pole just as much as I can while having it lined up on the floor. So let me just fiddle with it, and then about like that. That'll be as sunk in as I can. It looks fairly well lined up, and the pole is sunk into the bar. Perfect. All right, and frankly, since the area under the stairs, you wouldn't want people walking there anyway, we're going to put this wall in there so that that pole, that the whole space is just blocked off. And then I'm thinking I'm going to move that ice machine out and move the bed over. This will be the little bedroom for the bartender. That way she's got a little, just, a little bit more privacy than she has right now. So yeah, I'm going to move that out, move the bed over. All right, last thing I'm going to do on this build is I'm going to replace this open garage door with a window that has a security shutter. I'm going to need a little bit more wood in order to build the barn pieces. So let me decide which trees I'm going to get rid of and then build that. All right, going to use this concrete wall pillar thing to group select it, and we're going to, of course, quick save. Because there's stuff in there, and if I don't have to completely rebuild it, so if I don't like the placement of it, I can just reload. And we're just going to get this in here so that it looks like it's part of the structure, is lined up, and it will be a nice window to look out while working in the workshop. So, gonna finagle a little bit. All right, and with that, we are getting to the point where it's just the rest of it's just decoration. I am going to, of course, film all of it so that as that build meter gets higher and higher and closer to being completely filled, I'm concerned about the game stability. So I'm going to record everything, but I'm not going to subject you to the tedium of me placing individual objects. If it does crash, obviously I'll include that footage, but otherwise this is where we're at. So next video will be a tour of Red Rocket gas station. Then we are going to go back to Sanctuary because the people that have gone to Sanctuary are not happy. The place is set up for one person. There's one bed. There's no food production technically. There's not enough water. So their happiness is plummeting. I'm going to go do the building tutorials and get them situated, and then we're going to see where Preston is going to send us next. I'm looking forward to jumping into a new site. I love the idea that I don't know what the site's going to be. I mean, it'll probably be Tenpenny, but who knows? Maybe it'll be something different. Probably Tenpenny though. Not Tenpenny. Tenpine Bluffs. Which I haven't. That was my first zombie build. It'll be really cool to go back to that one and redo that without mods, with all the things that I've been remembering and all the things I've been learning as I watch other video series about building. So, without further ado. Oh, one more thing. We are going to be moving the Fallout. Now that Skyrim is done, we're moving the Fallout videos to Friday. So that's why you got 2 this week. And then I'm going to have a new series on Monday, starting next week. So Friday is going to continue to be Role Play Friday. So yeah, without further ado, you all have a great rest of your whatever, and I will see you on the other side. Ta-ta.